13.
She won't play.
Man, we'll get started in a minute. I'm trying to get some stuff working. Trying to wait for somebody to give me a comment or something, man. Tell me what y'all think about the topic so I can. But I wanted to play some music real quick. I am trying to play some music, but it is not working. I think I'm gonna have to restart this shit. I had to restart it a minute ago. Oh man. Uh Let me know what y'all think about the topic so we can get started. Like I say, I've been trying to play some music for about 10 minutes now. 10 minutes plus. But the question is, why do black people tear down other black people? I put black folks. I meant black people. Somebody left a comment. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Tear down black people. Milestone Thoughts. Milestone Thoughts says, because we are not black, it's a fake identity. So as long as you stay in a fake identity, you always going to bump heads. So what are you saying? You one of these we all people? We just people? You one of those people? I mean, you could say that, but the fact of the matter is people gonna look at each other in groups. I get why people say that we all bleed the same, blah, 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 but you still can't change the fact that people are gonna look at each other in groups, whether you're Muslim, whether you're black, whether you're Christian, whether you're white, whether you're an Indian, a Hindu, a Sikh, and an Arab, it doesn't even matter. So as long as you have people thinking of themselves in groups, you're gonna have people that's gonna be in conflict with each other. See what I'm saying? So you're an original American. Are you black? Are you a black guy? Here, I'm gonna send you a link, bro. I'm gonna put the link up here. See if you want to come on. And tell me what you're talking about. Says we was not slaves. We never came from Africa. Of course. Oh, I'm with you. Don't think I'm one of them people, bro. I'm with you. I don't believe that everybody came on a slave ship. I don't believe everybody came on a slave ship, bro. You ain't got to try to do this whole FBA thing with me. I'm FBA, bro. I know about this whole movement. You don't have to, go into all of that. Just be straight up with me. Why do black people tear down other black people? I get what you're saying, but why do black people tear down other black people? So if your skin is brown, you're not what I would consider a foundational black American. You're just a brown skinned person in America. You call yourself an original American. Because I'm in a space right now, we having a discussion about people from New York and people from the South. I mean, it's always some type of tribalism. Even if everybody was to say, "Oh, we all brown original Americans," then I guarantee you it's gonna be cliques and fashions within that don't like each other. Say, I'm not FBA, I'm an American Indian, aboriginal to this land. I get it. So you're aboriginal to this land. It is black people that are aboriginal to this land as well. Black people, melanated people were all over this planet, not just in Africa or in one or two places. Why don't you come on and talk to me, man? I can't, I don't. This whole chat box thing is it's kind of slow. It's hard to have a conversation like that. I don't know if you got time where you can talk, but man, if you would, I put a link up there in the comment section. But the question is, why do black people tear down other black people? I don't really want to get into that whole conversation right now. I'm posing a direct question. This shit don't work. I'm having issues. Oh my God, bro. He want this. I mean, he want this conversation. A Siberian so-called Native American is not from here. Pink people are not from here. Mexicans are not from here. I get it, bro. I understand what you are saying, sir. But I have a direct question. It's like you derailing what I'm trying to do. The question is, why do black people tear down black people? If you consider yourself a black person in America, please answer this question. Why do black people tear each other down opposed to other groups who lift each other up? I mean, you want to get into this whole who is who, what is what. If you want to do that, man, Tariq, he have a space every night, man. You can talk to him about that. I don't have a problem with you. Milestone thoughts. I don't want to go back and forth. Well, he's not this, and I'm really this, and he's not that, and I'm from here. They're not from here. Those are melanated. I get it, bro. I have those conversations all the time. Just not right here and not right now. But I appreciate you though. I mean, you get into these semantics when the question is, why do black people tear down other black people? Just like the clip I showed earlier. And matter of fact, that's what I need to play anyway. I need to play that again. I hate when I can't find these. Where do I put this stuff at? I put it over here. Discuss funny other. Was it in this one? Rolling. I gotta find this clip. I am trying to find that clip. What the fuck? Man, that's the question. As y'all can see, why do black people tear down other black people? But I was just talking to somebody, but they was getting into some other things about who was FBA and he's an Indian. He calls himself his skin is brown, and what does he say? He says he's an original American. Probably just a black person. Probably just another black person, bro. But he gotta keep we gotta keep separating ourselves. Oh, I'm an Indian. And then you look at them, they look like black folks. Yep. Maybe what I should do, I should go into this space and play that, but let me find this video clip. I wonder how is it so hard to find this shit, bro. See, like, how did that clip get right there? You got clips just popping up. Oh, I could play that clip. That's a good one. The chick from the turkey leg hut who hmm, let me just put this shit back up here, man. He didn't threw me off. I was thought he was here to have a real conversation. Oh man. Finally, there you go. I'm gonna have to put this in a different spot. I'm gonna put this in a different spot. I'm gonna put it over there. What is going on? Bro, I have a question on the table. Somebody leave a comment, and then I'll play this video. Say, black people destroyed my rental car business, and I'm done for good. Calling y'all out. Calling y'all out. Here, let me see. Let me see. I'm just gonna play the clip. Just see, let y'all see if somebody come up in here.
Black people destroyed my rental car business and I am forever done. As of January 1st, 2025, I am closing doors on my rental car business. I have 15 cars, and trust me, it's been nothing but a lot of problems when it comes to my own people. That's really sad. You would think black people would support a black business and treat it kindly. However, they have treated me extremely bad. Now, I'm not here to say that there wasn't any problems with other races of people. However, I will promise you 90% of my problems were from my own people. As an example, here in Orlando, we just had the football classic weekend, and lots of people fly in from all over the country to come to the college football classic weekend. They drive in. It was thousands of people that poured into the city. I rented my cars out for the Orlando Classic weekend, and a lot of my cars came back. Rims are scratched up. One guy totally destroyed a $2,500 rim to my Mercedes. Burn marks in my seats, burn marks in the center console on the leather. I mean, they literally just have no respect for anything, and I'm really tired of it. I'm not the only person complaining about this. There are other black people in the rental car space and YT people and other people of all races that say black people are the number one problem when it comes to this business. You all have no respect. You tear down everything. You smoke and burn up cars. You do everything. As a matter of fact, one of the worst situations I've also had is when a black woman took my car to South Carolina, left it there, and said she's not returning it because she doesn't feel like it. So a tow truck had to drive from Florida all the way to South Carolina to pick up the car. That's just disrespectful and wrong.
So yeah, that's what I was really trying to get to. That was one of the issues that I was talking about. You got people, black people, tearing down other black folks, going to their businesses, not supporting them properly, or just being just reckless and just downright disrespectful. And then yesterday I was showing y'all what I had a comment where somebody put let me see if I can find that real quick. As a matter of fact, I think it was on the same video. Here you go. You see where a guy put on my video, this video, the same video that I was just playing. I did a YouTube about it. He get on here and he say, you mad because you only got 300 subscribers. Now, did I say anything about subscribers? No, I didn't. I wasn't even tripping about no subscribers. Subscribers come and go. People can subscribe, they can unsubscribe, it don't even matter. But you got folks that'll come on here and just basically just try to tear you down. And I'm telling you, that's probably another black person. Just like me. And my whole thing about this situation, just like this, is they'll get on these platforms or go to these businesses like they did this guy and won't even support it properly. Then they'll try to tear him down. Go over there, rent his cars, smoke in them, and turn around and go to Hertz and return their car and clean it up, put gas back in the tank, make sure you sweep the floor before you take it back over there. Then you get some black folk shit and you want to tear it up. So that's why I just laugh at a lot of this stuff, man. But my question is, why do black people do this to each other? Is this a crabs in a barrel mentality that we have? Because it seems like it's only us. When other groups feel certain ways about each other, they don't tear each other down. They actually try to promote each other. They'll try to hook each other up. They may not like the product, but they'll still buy the product and give them a chance to improve on their product. Black folks give black people one chance and then they leave. Black people don't even care. We got another comment says, Nubian King, appreciate you commenting, brother. I appreciate everybody who's support me any way that you support me, whether it's commenting, liking. But Nubian King from YouTube says nothing but the black melanated truth. Our people are so full of jealousy, envy, and hate. You can feel it in the air. They'll treat their enemies with the utmost of respect, with a smile on their face. That's exactly right, brother. Appreciate your comment. They'll treat other people like they're gods and treat their own people the worst. And it was a guy, he was on my comments earlier. If Nubian King, you can probably see him if you're on YouTube. He kind of got into the whole, well, he's not FBA, he's an American Indian. He calls himself him original Indian. But my point really is, it's like, it doesn't matter. We could all call ourselves one group. We could all say we just people. But as long as you have people of different races and colors, people are still going to get clicked up and get grouped up. And it's still going to be factions within that where people are going to tear each other down. But specifically, black people are the worst about this, I feel like. Oh, yeah. Gratitude to you too, Nubian King. Appreciate it. And the thing is, like I say, it's black people that are so quick to tear each other down and just keep going with the foolishness and never, ever give another black person the opportunity to improve on their business, like I was saying. As far as restaurants, you could go in there knowing somebody is not at the point where they could have like a decent facility. Well, not I won't say a decent facility, but it's not like you're not walking into a McDonald's or a high class restaurant. Some people, they may start in a little building, but the food is decent, you know, and this person can cook, but because of the location, or maybe because it's like one or two tables in there, y'all know how some of these businesses be sometimes. Maybe a table or two in there. Well, I don't like this, and I can't even sit down. Y'all know how black people get. I can't even sit down. They didn't even give me no silverware. Well, it's a new business, and people still kind of get into the flow of things. They, give them some time, give them some leeway. Say, brother, you just ask. Say, hey man, can I get a couple of napkins? You got some silverware? Okay, here. You want something to drink? Here. Give them time to improve on their product. You give them one shot. You'll go to a white business and get some and complain, and then you'll be right back over there the next week buying the same thing. Probably complaining again, and then you buying the same thing again. But when it comes to black people, it's like we hate each other. If a black person does anything good and you know about it, especially if the person wants to do it as well, oh, that's the worst. They gonna tear it down. Ah, you see so and so trying to start a restaurant. She can't cook. I can cook better than her. Ain't nobody gonna eat that. And y'all know I ain't lying. You say post-traumatic slavery disorder? That's a fact. That's a fact. That's what LLNYRN say. That's a fact. Post-traumatic slavery disorder. Still still traumatized from that and just putting it on the next person. That's what we do to our kids. We put our trauma on our kids and wonder why they fearful. Oh, I'm scared to go out in public and be around people. So now my child done picked up on that. Now they scared to go out in public and hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. Somebody messaging me. Oh Lord. What was I saying? LLRN, what you got next? Brother say, I ain't gonna say brother. I don't know if that's a male or a female says. And we've never had the time to deal with it because we faced constant barriers historically. That's facts. We haven't had time to deal with our own trauma, man. Just like I was saying, we just put it on the next person. Well, our kids, for that matter. It just continues and continues. We never stop. That trauma is actually, I think they say you can see it in your DNA. You can actually see it in people's DNA. Facts. It's always something with us. You're a brother from NYC. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the support all the way from NYC. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I started doing this, just to have people coming on here. I don't usually go live on YouTube because I don't really get that much traction. But I said, let me just sit around for a while and just see if maybe people will see it, maybe come down their For You pages or whatever. Yeah, what is the first page on YouTube? Home page. Maybe they'll see it over there and start coming through. That's why I typically just make some videos and upload them like that because I don't interact too much with a lot of people on here. Appreciate it, man. Love, light, and balance to you too as well. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, man. I appreciate anybody showing up and comment on this live, man. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe to the channel as well and turn that notification bell on. So anytime I post something or go live, y'all can catch me. Maybe y'all will catch me when I'm going off on somebody or I don't know if y'all ever seen a video where I mean somebody may leave me a comment and I'll go live and I'll talk about that. But I just try. I'm trying to make enough content for people. Uh, for different types of people, I guess. Because some people, they kind of like some BS sometimes, and I kind of like BS sometimes too. And sometimes I like to talk about serious topics, and I like to interact with some people, let them come on, and we can talk about those serious topics. And so it is what it is. You say you caught me on my homepage for the first time, man. I appreciate it. That's nice to hear, man. Because I do see my analytics, and it says that. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got people messaging me. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. But yeah, man. Damn, it's a lot. They going up and down. They get on there and okay, I see it. That's I appreciate that, man. I do see how it's maybe it's kicking me through the algorithm a little bit, but uh I was saying, damn, y'all hold on. Okay. Back to business. um Yeah, sometimes y'all can catch me, man, if I ain't screaming at somebody, or y'all can holler at me on X. A lot of times that's what I really go live on. I like to go live on X because people pop up a little bit fast over there for me. Just depends on what the topic is at the time. But on this particular topic, man, I had made a video about it a couple of days ago on my page, and I got some pretty good feedback from it. But after seeing this video, it really hit me because I talk about a lot of issues between black on black people, and some people they get offended by that. They may think, I'm cooning or, I don't like black people. No, I definitely love black people. I love being a black person. I just hate the fact of some of the things that we do to each other. You know, I don't have a problem speaking on it. See, I think for a lot of black people to speak on stuff like this, it's like you don't like your own people, and that's just not true. I love my people. I just want us to realize what we're doing to each other. And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of some of these things as well, because I've done some of this stuff that I talk about too in the past. And if you watch my videos, I'll say that as well. I'm not gonna sit on here and act like I'm a saint, like I don't do anything wrong, or like I'm a perfect person. I used to have those same thoughts when I went to. I'm like, man, I'm not supporting that. Or really kind of being a hater on the cool. But I got over that. Like when you get older, you start to realize things. And another one of the things that I talk about on here is how, like, my uncle was a Republican, and we all used to get on him, because he was a Republican. Kind of make little jokes here and there, but nobody ever said that he couldn't come around. Nobody treated him like he was an outsider. We just kind of used to poke fun at him a little bit. And he used to say things, about black people and how we were, and everybody used to kind of laugh at it. But now as I get older, I'm like, nah, he was right about a lot of the stuff he was saying. So in my older life, I do agree with a lot of things that he said when I didn't used to agree with a lot of things that he said. But my thing is, when black people do something, we always find a reason why we can't support them or we want to turn them down. No matter what they doing, no matter what level they on, we want to turn them down. They could be at the highest level and we still want to turn them down. They could be at the beginning level and we want to turn them down. They could be on their way up and we trying to turn them down. And the crazy part about it is some of us, those same people, will still turn around and at the same time trying to maybe start a black business or maybe a podcast or something, and then want black people to support us and get mad when they don't. I see that a lot. I'm on X. I see a lot of black people who, have products and businesses and podcasts and say, oh, we need to support each other. Make sure you repost, like my page, all of these things. But then when you go live, they don't even show up. They don't even support you. Or I've even had this. I had them comment and talk to me on the live and turn around and not even like the live, not even repost it, bro. But they'll be in their spaces or on their videos and they'll constantly say, man, y'all need to like this. Y'all need to repost this. Well, you have to make it make sense. And I see white people all the time. I'll be saying this about Twitter spaces. I say this about YouTube or whatever. They're on there and they people will support them. Even the people who don't like them, they'll show up, they'll have the discourse with them, they'll like it, they'll repost it. Black people, when they don't like you or they get mad about something, oh, they're not gonna like you, they're not gonna repost it, they don't want to have a discourse, they don't even want to talk to you no more. They don't want to support anything. But white people, on the other hand, they can have 50 people watching, they'll have 50 likes or 50 reposts. And the person who has the discourse with them is sitting there for an hour and had a discourse with them. Black people had a discourse with you, unlike it, they'll like it, unlike it, then go start another space or a video and talk about you like a dog and say why people shouldn't be supporting you. LLNYRN, he got another comment for us. He says, I'm in my 60s. I was raised to not disparage my people in front of other demographics. Exactly. That's how I was raised too. You never talk down on your people in front of other people's. You did that in private. They'll say, hey, brother, man, hey, man, you need to clean your business up. You got some folks hanging around outside, man. I wouldn't have them around my business. They'll tell them in private. They wouldn't try to embarrass them. They wouldn't go out somewhere. Man, I went over to Johnny's restaurant, man, and he had all kind of folks standing outside. Y'all don't go over there. Walking right into a white folks restaurant. Boy, you ain't lying. Especially white folks. That's the truth. We too much of that. We do too much of that shit now, he says. More than ever on social media. It's sad. You right. We do way too much of that. The moment people don't like you or they disagree with you, they don't want anything to do with you. They don't even want to support you no more. See, I like Tariq. And I don't even agree with everything that Tariq says. Y'all can look him up, Tariq Radio on YouTube. You can find him on Exit, Tariq Nasheed. I like what he says about black people. I don't agree with everything he says, but just the one thing that I don't like about him, or if he says something I don't like, that don't mean that I don't support Tariq. That don't mean that I'm gonna hate on Tariq. Tariq may run across some of my videos and not like what I say, but that don't mean that he's gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing. He may just say, man, I didn't like what he said. But black people do this stuff too much. You're right, Nubian King. They will lie also. They will lie on you also. You ain't black people will lie on black folks, man. Black folks will lie on black folks. Really just to see them be tore down, man. Really to see them just be tore down. American First Rifleman just subscribed. I appreciate that. Now that's the first time I've seen that hitbox work because I added that to my live and I meant to change that animation to something else. But American First, I appreciate you subscribing to this channel. I appreciate you coming through. Anybody who's watching this, I appreciate y'all. I'm an up and coming YouTuber. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to do it the way that I want to do it. I'm trying to do it the best way I know how, and I'm learning as I go. As I get more support on this channel, I'll try to improve it the best way I can. And I'm not going to say that y'all going to like everything that I say. You might come across a video and say, man, F that dude. But trust me, that's just my take on that. That doesn't mean that that's everybody's take on that. And that doesn't mean that you have to not support me. You may take a couple of days. It may piss you off so bad you don't want to watch the next couple of videos. But trust me, it's just my thoughts. It don't take anything personal. Nubian King says, back in the day, if we had a problem with somebody, we would say, let me pull your coattail. Exactly. Meaning we got to talk about something intelligently. Exactly. That's just a level of respect that we don't have anymore. And that's why they always say that we should go back to times around what was it, like the 60s, when the family was around. We was big on family before we started having that great decline in the family within the black community. Because black people back then had a great sense of family and they was always looking out for each other no matter what level you was on. If Tommy was a mechanic and we was taking our cars over his house, letting him rotate our tires and change our brake pads and paying him a little bit on the side, eventually he would get him a shop. He would put the shop in the community and do light repairs on cars or maybe big repairs on cars, and we would keep taking our cars to Tommy. And that's all we would know was Tommy. Everybody take your car to Tommy, a black-owned business. It would come to the point where Tommy would be so entrenched in our community where you could take stuff to him and he had a level of wealth and money where, you know, if you didn't have the money at the time, he would let you pay him back. You don't got the money right now? That's all right. Your mama say, run the car down there for me. I'm just saying, I don't know. I didn't live around there, but I'm pretty sure she would say, take the car around there, let Tommy fix them brakes and tell him Janice said, just put it on my tab. He know me. She say, okay. But now you can't do that because we know niggas won't even pay you back. Niggas will try to get over on you. Appreciate that, NYRN. PTSD, that's a good one. You're right. It's a good one. American Rifleman with the flags. Straight up, America first. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Nubian King says, right, we were real family back in the day. I also subscribe to. I appreciate you for subscribing, Nubian King. Welcome to the channel. We was real family. And I'm glad I got to experience a little bit of this coming up because I was born in 85. See, I remember the Christmases and family coming in town and hanging out. I remember the smell of the Christmas tree. And we didn't even have much. We had a real Christmas tree. Had lots of presents. I was just happy. Food, family, cousins I hadn't seen in a while. We just outside playing. I got my toys. We outside playing. We didn't have no cell phones. Wasn't no internet. Games was just not starting to pop off. But you know, it wasn't that big of a deal because I was still so young where the older kids would be in there playing the game, you know, like the teenagers. And I was like the middle school type age where they wouldn't really let you even play. They might say, we'll let you play. And you got to hang back for like 2 or 3 hours before you can play. And even when it came to your turn, then they didn't want to play no more. They wanted to put it up. And then we all had to leave the room. That's the time I came from. And then when you got older, you was like, ain't nobody gonna play the game when I get mine. You so mad now, you like, yeah, when I get mine, now I'm gonna act like how they was acting. But yeah, we had a great sense of family back then. I remember my grandma telling me about stuff like that. Running stuff up to people's house, borrowing an egg from somebody up the street, some sugar, some flour. With no problem. Nobody held it over your head. They weren't keeping score. They just, hey, next time I run down there and get something from her, she ain't gonna trip. She just gonna hook me up. Watching out for each other kids. I remember that too. I caught the tail end of that. You acting crazy in the streets, and you down the street, and somebody seen you, and they know your mom and your daddy. Guess what? They're gonna snatch your butt up, put you in the car, take you home, and tell your folks. Shoot, I even caught the tail end of when people's was going to school, and you was still getting some of the same teachers that your parents had. How many of y'all remember that? I know some of the older people remember that. You go into class, think you finna cut up, and Mr. Johnson say, he look at that roll. Roger, your last name what? Is you Janice, boy? I know your mama. I taught your mama. And you already know. Well, I can't cut up in here. I can't act a fool in here. Because he gonna tell. You damn right he gonna tell. He gonna tell on you so fast. Because he know when he call that number, Janice, this is Mr. Johnson down to school. You remember me? Yeah, I got your boy. He in here cutting up. It's over with. Now you done went down there and act a fool and embarrassed your folks. People don't even go to the school and check on their kids no more. We don't even see what's going on with our kids, man. Nubian King says, I appreciate y'all commenting too and interacting with me as well. Let me stay on here for a while. I'm 74. And when I was coming up, we could remember 10 to 15 numbers in our heads. Man. See, I'm so glad I caught the tail end of this stuff because I know exactly what you're talking about. I could still remember my home phone number. But yeah, he says I'm 74. When I was coming up, we could remember 10 to 15 numbers in our heads. We used to have family members over and pop popcorn and watch the fights on ABC, NBC, and CBS for free. My daddy was telling me about that. See, I didn't get that. They were showing them on TV, but they kind of started putting them on pay-per-view by the time I was coming up. They started being on like HBO and stuff. He was telling me about that. Everybody watching like what he was telling. We was talking about Roots. He said that was like a series. It came on, what was it, every day or once a week? I want to say he said every day. Like an hour too long episode. Yeah, so those times are gone where you could just gather around with your family in front of one TV. Now everybody got a TV in their room. I remember when I was a kid, that was kind of a big deal. I remember my folks finally put a TV in the room, but they were still adamant about us not staying in that room all day. Matter of fact, your parents probably wouldn't even hook the cable up in your room. They left it in the living room. So you had to come in the living room and watch TV. They sure did. Back in the day, the principals and teachers knew your children's parents. You damn right they did. They don't even know now. You know what I get on my phone? I get an app on my phone where I can talk to the teacher. They don't even really want you to come up there no more. Everybody want to do stuff online now. You know, with the question being posed, why do black people turn on other black people? I even see that with the young kids, man. My daughter was having issues with another little girl for whatever reason, but it happened a couple of times and they was always just friends. I'm like, why is this happening? And I'm going to this school and I'm seeing all the white kids get along. They just as happy. But you know, and I'm not ragging on my baby mom, anything like that. But I see these mentalities coming from people because they actually put it on their kids, man. The parents. I done went to basketball games or cheerleading events or anything with my daughter and other kids, and the parents have these same attitudes with each other. They don't like the other moms. So you think the kids ain't gonna have these same types of attitudes? They're not gonna like each other. And y'all just putting it on the kids and passing this trauma down generation to generation. Then when they see you go into a business and you act a fool because it's a black person, guess what they gonna do? They gonna act a fool. They only want to go to McDonald's. They only want to go to the white establishments because you won't even go to the black establishments. You talk bad about them and you drive past them. You don't support them or nothing. Nubian King says we also ate dinner and breakfast at the table and talked to each other. You damn right. We don't do that either. We get our food and go in our rooms with our plate. My parents, they still do that. I was on that for a little bit before I left. But they'll get up in the morning and cook and sit at the table. You remember it was a sin to get up or not come in there and speak. You at least come in there and spoke. Some of these kids won't even come out their room. I had to try to get my daughter out of there. Won't even come out their room, looking at their phone all day. But like I say, we just tear each other down. It is the craziest thing. We just tear each other down every moment we get. And I want y'all to hear this young lady. The turkey leg hut in Houston was shut down. And she says the owner allegedly borrowed $70,000 from her mentee. But what happens next is a roller coaster. I think they kind of bribed her out of the money and then didn't want to even pay her back. I mean, this stuff, you can't make it up when it comes from us. We just do each other any kind of way. I appreciate the follow on X, LLNYRN. I see you. But let me show y'all this video, man. I don't know if y'all familiar with the turkey leg hut in Houston. It got shut down. They was already having some issues, but I mean, if y'all ever look into it, y'all see what was really going on. But this particular person, she loaned some money to one of the owners. I think it was the female. And they did her bad. I'm gonna let y'all see.
I should speak about this for a long time because I was like, I don't want to come from a place of being evil and malicious. I just wanted to be informative. So I'm just gonna let y'all know like what happened, like why did it happen. So backstory on me and Nakia, who is the owner of Turkey Leg Hut. She used to be my boss. Like before I toured Joe's, before I had my business, I used to work under her, and I worked under her before Turkey Leg Hut was like as big as what it is now. So I got to experience like, you know, going through the process of working with her like on hands and like her business blowing up and then like her turning into this like mega millionaire. And it was the most like inspirational shit ever. Like that's one person I was like, I am so yeah, I worked under her and my business blew up and, you know, I turned into a businesswoman and I would always call her for advice for anything. And we would always talk. Like that was like, I would consider her one of my friends / mentor / mom / sister. That was our relationship. And I don't know, she's been recently going through like legal trouble with her husband and with the restaurant. But anytime, you know, she crossed my mind or anytime I seen anything in the blogs, and one of my close friends, Frankie, they got really cool, I would always check on her. Like check on her through him and then check on her through like her. Like I would, hey, are you okay? Like God has da-da-da-da. I'm always feeling her spirit with shit. Like, you know, so yeah, that was our dynamic. Like when I came into town, I hung with her, whatever. So she called me and she asked me for a favor. She was like, hey, I need a favor. I need to show this balance in my account, and I'm going to give it right back to you on Tuesday. This is a Friday. So I'm going to give it right back to you on Tuesday. I have to show this balance because, like, basically they're threatening to, like, detain me, but I don't need to spend it. Like, I just need it there because I have money. It's just, like, in this account, I don't. And so I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, $75,000. And mind you, like I said, this is a mentor. This was my boss. This is the lady that $75,000. They shit that I used to work under them. So $75,000 was like a day's of work. So in my head, I'm like, okay, for her to even come and ask me, let me just show up where I can, because
shout out to you.
I look up to this lady, and there's no way she wouldn't pay me back. Like, there's no way she wouldn't pay me back.
Yeah. LLNYRN. That's I'm trying to I'm trying to say it fast, but I mess up. But says, wasn't that the place with the dress code and some folks? Yes, it was. They can't. And yes, it was. Thank you for reminding me, sir. The black people got mad. Now that was stupid to me. Of course, they had their issues, right? But if they asked for a dress code, just abide by the dress code. It's only black people who do this stuff. Okay, LL is cool. I got you. It's only black people who do this stuff. If they say it's a dress code, just abide by the dress code. They got it in place for a reason. They're trying to continue good business. I think the people was okay. Hold on, I might be wrong. It could have been that other black restaurant in Houston where they came in there dancing naked. That was like a more upscale type restaurant. Where they came in there, they was dancing naked. So the girl came in and took off her clothes and stuff like that. I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna try to play that as well. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. That's just another instance of what I'm saying here. Why do black people tear down other black people? Now they won't go to a white restaurant and take off their clothes when they tell them to abide by a dress code. You know why? Because them white folks gonna get on their ass and get them up out of there. They're gonna call the police and not even play with them. Matter of fact, they even too scared to even think about doing that. But they'll come do it to some black folks.
So sure enough, it was a Friday, and I was like, I don't think I can send it. She was like, no, call Navy Federal. I have an account. And I called Navy Federal, and they sent her the money in 5 minutes. It was actually like one of those, like, I didn't call my manager. I didn't call my financial advisor. I was just being a genuine friend. I was just being like, okay, she needs me, like, and I know what she's been going through. Like, she will never burn me. Like, why not? Like, she would, like, if anything, this will help me in abundance with God, shit with her, just even being somebody that's there when you probably feel like you have nobody. So in my head, I'm like, wow, let me just make sure I show up for her. So I have a place in New York and I have a place in Houston. And at the time, I was in my place in New York, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Houston. Whenever I get to Houston, she was, and I didn't even ask for collateral. She was like, I know you, like, you don't, like, I could give you collateral. I was like, girl, it's gonna come right back on Tuesday. Like, I don't need to get collateral, whatever. So Tuesday rolled around, and I sent her my bank information because I'm like, oh, my money is not in my account. Let me just text her. Maybe she don't have the information. And so I text her. I'm like, hey, this is the information. She was like, oh, I thought I pressed sent on this message. I'm about to tag the message 1 second. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's taking me so much to speak about this because, number one, I don't really like to post anything negative or anything pertaining to business on, like, especially negative things on my page. And so I've been battling with, like, if I should even say anything. But like I said, when I wanted to say something, I wanted to make sure it came from a place of me being more, like, informative and not, malicious or just being evil toward her or her situation. And I don't know, I just feel like my feelings are hurt. Like, I'm more so just like, what? This is unbelievable. This is a lady that I used to work under, that I used to look up to. She saw me grow my business from, like, the ground up by myself, no investors, and you take from me, and that I supply for my family, and that I have, like, it's just mind-boggling.
Yes, that's very mind-boggling. You know this person, and yet you still take advantage of them when they offered you some money to help you out with your business. Just do right by them, or just say, "Hey, I need a little bit more time to do X, Y, and Z. Can I, is it something that I can do for you in the meantime? I'm sorry. I apologize for this mishap." Instead of just taking advantage of the situation. And I appreciate the new people who came through. Chanel says, "Hey, Rod, black people don't want don't want to hold what to do, no accountability. We stay in childlike state of mind." You're right. Black people don't want to be told what to do. Okay, I got you. Black people don't want to be told what to do, no accountability. Exactly. We want to stay in a childlike state of mind. That's right. We just want to be in forever pamper me, baby me. Let me do what I want to do. When. That's absolutely right. Mental OG says a lot of black people aren't black people. Your skin color doesn't make you black. I get it. We already talked about this earlier, Mental OG, and I'm not, here to bash you or anything like that. Trust me. I'm with the whole FBA movement and all of these different things and delineation. I know that there are black Americans and whatnot, and then you have melanated peoples, and we are not all the same. I get it. But in this case, when I'm talking about black, I'm talking black American. I don't really want to get into that aspect of the argument right now. I'm just talking about how we treat each other. That's all I'm talking about. But this is what he was asking me earlier. I think it was LL, or it might have been Nubian. And they was asking me, was this the same restaurant with the dress code and all that? Well, yeah, Turkey Hut did have a dress code. Look, it says, let me zoom in for y'all. It's a shame that they even had to do this. It says no exposed undergarments allowed. This includes sports bras, panties, or anything resembling these items. This also includes white tanks for men. No bandanas, house shoes, or shower caps allowed. We want you to feel at home, but this is not your home. See, and for black people to even have to put that out there just to say that, and like I said, I know Turkey Leg Hut had their own issues, but as black people, when people ask you to do certain things pertaining to their business, just respect their business. The guy earlier, I showed y'all his clip. He was saying how he was renting out cars and black people were smoking out in his cars, riding around in his cars. And you know what these black people were doing? Let's be honest. They was in these cars, perpetrating like it was theirs, riding around, picking up females, drinking in the car, smoking in the car, pulling up at the club. One lady tore the man rims off the car. Another lady took the car out of state and then told him she wasn't going to bring it back. So he had to pay money to get it towed back. He's got to get his cars fixed, all these damages. Then he just basically just shut his business down. And he said 90% of the issues were black people. So it's even sad that we have to tell each other this. Why, when you just see a black person with a business, why can't we just respect that? Why can't we give more credence to the fact that it's a black person and say, man, you know what? I'm going to go above and beyond to treat this person with a little bit more respect than I do anybody else just because that is a black person. And I'm talking about black Americans. I get it. I don't want to get into the other aspect of the conversation, like I said. But the people who know, you know what I'm talking about. And that's no offense to anybody else who wants to get into that. I'm just saying for this particular topic, I just want to stay on topic. They also says no excessively revealing clothing. Now, why do they got to tell you that? Only black people, they have to say this. Do you see these type of things at a white restaurant where they have to tell you no excessively revealing clothing, no bandanas, no exposed undergarments, no obscene language or baggy clothing? Because you come in there talking loud, cussing, raising hell just because you see it's a black person running the business. That ain't cool. You hurting that person's business with that type of attitude. Come in there and act like you got some sense. Come in there like you not about to go back to sleep. If it's a mishap on your order, if it's a restaurant, just tell them. Most people will fix it. Look, it's a rule of thumb. If you talk to people like you got some sense, I guarantee you they'll treat you like you got some sense. I do it all the time. When I go to restaurants, and they mess up my order, trust me, I'm kind of steaming on the inside because I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. But I always say, ma'am, they didn't do my steak how I wanted it, or I don't like the way this is cooked. Do y'all mind doing this for me? Just talking to people in a nice tone, like you got some respect for them. And man, you'll be surprised. 10 times out of 10, people they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll take care of that for you." Sometimes they might even give you some extra. I brought you some extra sauces, or I got you some extra fries or something like that. You be like, "Okay, man, I appreciate that, man. I really do." It's just little things like that that we got to get out of. We got to understand that we just can't treat each other any kind of way. We can't just do what we want to do, especially to our own people.
Still today, even me talking about it. But anyways, so yeah, she owed me the money. She didn't pay me. You see the message. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna wait." So then that time passed, and then another time passed, and then another time passed. And then she gets me on the phone. She basically has me now talking to someone named Carmen, who is like her assistant manager, and she's like washed her hands with it. And she's like posting pictures on vacation. And so I'm texting her like, "Where's my money? Where's my money? Hey,
Sorry about stopping the video, but I see y'all interacting in my comments, and I do appreciate y'all interacting in the comments. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna keep saying that. I appreciate everything that's going on right now. It's good for my channel. It's good for me, and I just appreciate it.
where's my money?" Carmen will handle it. And so they was like, "Oh, we'll promise you a food truck with the title. We'll promise you an old school with the title. We'll promise you this, and we can cash out all of that. Oh, and I have the recordings for that too. I'll tag those too." And then after that, I'm noticing like I'm not getting nothing in return. She gives me an AP watch, right? So I'm like, okay, I have this AP watch, and the AP is fake. The AP that's been worn, that shit is fake.
She says, this is from the text messages. It says, district and multiple jewelers, and there is a problem with the face. It's tilted with no papers. The highest offer was $8K. I didn't sell it because that is pointless. Can you connect me with Jimmy? Now, what happened was she couldn't pay her debt, so she gave her a watch. And I can't remember what she said it was worth, but basically the watch turned out to not be real. I think it may have had some real aspects to it. Maybe some of the metals were real. That's why it was priced at $8K, but it wasn't what she said it was. She says there's too many aftermarket pieces on FGW watch. They're saying the watch is fake. So what are the next steps? I guess I can't get no funds from the watch. And then she says, "What? The watch is fake. I purchased the watch from Jimmy. If the watch is fake, then we have a huge problem. Send me who said that, please." Okay, see, now she's gonna act crazy. Now you're gonna play dumb. You gave this lady a fake watch for collateral, and it's not even real. Wait a minute. She says the band is aftermarket, so it doesn't make bands with logo on the back. The band isn't AP. I just said I had the bezel changed. I said the band. Regardless, I've been trying to give it to Jimmy. Yesterday I told you the update. I could have given it to him, but in the meantime, because he seems to be taking forever, I had the watch looked at from other jewelers like Jimmy, and no one wants it. They're saying it's fake. I'm just a messenger. Johnny Dang said out of his own mouth the watch isn't real. And Emmett, the only one jeweler would get it just because of the diamonds for $8K. So I guess the diamonds in it were real. It's another part of it. She says, would have known what he needed to do to make it right. Everything that I've purchased from him has been real. I do not buy fake jewelry. So now Jimmy and I have a problem. Now she's going into this whole thing where Jimmy's lying about the watch and blah, blah, blah. But the watch ain't real. So the lady in the video says, "Nakia, I gave you and Carmen a watch for a full week with zero communication on the watch. What are you talking about? I even tried to give it back to you yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't have anyone to pick it up, and I would have still gotten it to you yesterday. I was waiting on an update. If you still want me to turn it over to him, I can. Then she says, you didn't give me anything. You gave it to Carmen, and she sent me screenshots of the communication between y'all. It's like you don't want me to pay you. Now, who would not want you to pay them? We had the watch. Then you picked it up thinking someone was trying to mess over you. You are trying to mess the lady over. You didn't pay your debt for one. Now you're giving them a watch. She wants the money, not a watch. I gave you money. Give me money. Then we communicate and tell you the jeweler is ready for the watch. Had a buyer for well over $50K. I paid for the watch. And then the time to meet him passed. Then she says she don't want nothing to do with this, so I made you point of contact. Stop making it seem like I'm being difficult when Carmen is saying she want nothing to do with it. How you expect me to move forward with you and you not answering on your end? Why is this prolonged anyway? Exactly. The watch was probably there. Should be other things you could sell to get the funds because the top jewelers here don't want it. Outside of that, I'm not getting $50K for it, let alone of credit for $75K. So what's the next steps? So basically she's saying, I can't even get nowhere near what you owe me for this watch. So what do you want us to do? Because I gave you $70,000 and you gave me a fake watch that's worth $8,000. Something ain't adding up. Well, it's not adding up. It ain't not something ain't nothing's adding up, and I'm not getting my money. Then she says, give me the watch so that I can let Jimmy know what he sold me to is fake. That ain't got nothing to do with getting her money. You finna go to Jimmy and find out if this watch is fake. You owe this lady money. You need to figure out how to get her money. See, this is the level of games that black people that don't respect other black people in their business play these type of games with each other. Now you just gonna do somebody bad. And like I say, the same stuff you wouldn't even do to white people or any other type of business, but you try to pull it over and get over on black people. That crabs in the barrel mentality. I'm being pulled down, so I'm gonna pull you down. Why don't you go run this same scam on some white folks and see what happens? No, we just take advantage of each other in this community. Say, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to be patient with you, but this is becoming ridiculous. This is what the lady in the video is saying. I sent you my money in under 5 minutes. And the way I'm getting treated and the loopholes I'm having to jump through just to get my funds to take care of my business and family is crazy. I just want my money.
Okay, so she gives me a watch and she gives me her car, right? And the car is like it's a Mercedes, like GT63. So
Absolutely right, CNG.
I have it parked, whatever. And the watch, I'm figuring out this is not collateral because it's not worth anything. Y'all see the messages.
Bad but true.
And so I'm like, oh my God, this car. And I get in the car. I basically talked to Frankie right one night. We drunk. He's been like super weird about this whole thing, by the way. But like one night we got drunk and I was like emotional. So I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, I can't believe she's doing this to me. And he's just like, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm probably gonna have to sue her. He's like, yeah, don't do that. You have her car, you have her watch, her car's paid off. You could go and do that because I'm not gonna lie, like I've been knowing everything this entire time. But before he was saying, I don't know nothing. And that night he was like, I know everything, and all she gonna do if you try to sue her is counter sue you. I was like, counter sue me for what? So, backstory on Frankie, like I said earlier, Frankie is my best friend that got cool with Nakia. And so like they're like super tight fit, they're cool. So like anytime throughout these months, that's who I've been expressing myself to because I've been embarrassed. So he's just like, no, like don't do, like she's gonna counter sue you, don't do it. Her car's paid off. Like going, like I said, she didn't give me a title to the car, she just gave me keys to the car. And he was like, the watch, like you can go sell a watch. The watch, you see, that's not collateral for me. He's like, she's just gonna counter sue you, and she's going through a lot. And this is like, I don't know. Somebody had recently just posted that like she owed them money too. It was like James Fortune or somebody like that, and I don't know. Mind you, everything, all of the light, all of the dark is coming to the light, and I'm just sitting there like every day. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna get my money. Oh, I'm not. Every time I'm just like, I'm not gonna get it. I might as well just give it up. I'm not gonna get my money. So at this point, I hire a lawyer, and then I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do with this car. Frankie told me this car is paid off. So the last resort, I swear I didn't want to do this. I called her husband. Mind you, I don't know if everybody's following their story, but they're going through like a very nasty divorce. And he's like, I'm on Nakia. Like, I would never call her husband. So, but at this point, she's not answering the phone. She's not answering text. Carmen's not answering. Carmen's like, I'd wash my hands with this. I'm saying, okay, well, I'm going to call Lynn. So I called Lynn and I'm like, hey, like, I don't mean to get you involved, but like, Nakia asked me for money and I gave it to her, and it's been months down the line. She owed me. I don't know what to do. He gets on the phone. So at this point, I'm on the phone with Lynn, and I guess him and Nakia are at odds. So he's telling me everything. He's like, yeah, she's staying somewhere she can't afford it. Like, I'm sending her money every week. And he then sends me a picture inside of the apartment that she said she hasn't seen this man in months. And he's like kicked up, laid like in her apartment. But she's like online saying like, oh, this man is my abuser. So I'm like behind her, army and troop. But he still has like connections and dealings with her. So I'm like, okay, this is becoming weird. And he's like, yeah. I was like, so where's my money? Oh, well, that's my wife. Like, we missed out on mad properties. We missed out on 3 properties because of her. She owes my mom $60,000. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm really not going to get my money. Like, I'm so sick. I'm really not going to get my money. He's like, yeah, like,
What's up, Nubian King? Let me get you up here, brother. Can you hear me, Nubian King? I'm gonna give him a second. Just jump in and I'll pause the video if you can hear me.
I'll give you the $75,000, but you're gonna have to pay me back. Huh? Who's gonna pay?
What did she say on these messages? My bad. She says, I'm Carmen. I intended to reach out earlier, but was delayed by hearings and meetings. Nakia has approved the sale of one of her food trucks to repay you, but it is very concerned about the delay and wants to provide collateral worth twice the loan amount to reassure you. Please let me know if this works for you and if you prefer jewelry or a vehicle. She said, please call me. Watch in the food truck. I can't read all that messages. I do not in any way want over her. She's my heart. She's like Bobby or Peyton. Okay, now she's just softening her up. Or what I really couldn't read the messages. Let's go to the next one. And the lady in the video says, anything solidified, no contract in place, and I can't physically be there. Just trusting that you/Nakia will honor your word. Messing up again, and given the circumstances, I'm sure you understand why this is my concern. Is there anything that you can guarantee with me turning over the watch? I want you to sell the watch. We've agreed to that. But with that, you've also said I can meet you there and you'll draft up contracts. I want to make sure there is something in place because things change. I don't want to make this process difficult for no one. And then she says, I understand, but Nakia said, you have a Mercedes worth over $200K in addition to the bracelet. Dropping off the watch puts you in no different situation. You still have more than she owes. I completely understand your frustration, but I would never personally guarantee anything. Now, in my case, I would think, if anything, you should sell the Mercedes and you should sell the watches and give her the money. Don't give her these things and expect her to cash it in, which is crazy. What's up, Nubian King? You there? You may have to unmute yourself. Can you hear me? I see you unmuted yourself, but I can't hear you, brother. Look like your connection is pretty good. I just can't hear you. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna let him get it together. He working it out over there. Work it out, brother. Work it out.
So now I only got this car. I don't have collateral no more. I'm like, all right, like Frankie told me this car paid off. Title, she don't got to pay me back. I'll figure out how to sell, the money to get my money back. Because like I said before, I am the main supplier for my family. So it's like, I need taxes. I need my money back. This is a whole annual year. Like, I need my money. So I search up, and I'm like, let me just see the information on this car.
What does this letter say? So she got a letter. It is from Okunu Law Group to Nakia Price. She need to take her address off of there. But it says, "Dear Miss Price, I am writing to you on behalf of my client, Miss Toriana Bro, concerning the $75,000 you borrowed from her." Oh, she sent this to Nakia. This loan was extended with the understanding that it would be returned immediately upon request. Despite multiple communications, this amount remains outstanding, which has prompted Ms. Bro to pursue all available legal avenues to recover her funds. It has come to our attention that you provided Ms. Bro with a bust down Audemars PK Royal Oak women's watch, which was purportedly valued at $44,000. However, after thorough examination by several reputable jewelers, y'all forgive me, and BBB certified, Better Business Bureau certified diamond and jewelry resellers, it has been determined that the watch contains numerous aftermarket and compromising features. Consequently, it has been classified as a replica with the value not exceeding $10,000. Furthermore, Ms. Bro was given a Mercedes GT53 AMG, which, after review, is still encumbered by an accreditor. This vehicle therefore holds no tangible value for my client. Yeah, if it's beyond being a token of goodwill to maintain open lines of communication. In light of these circumstances, we demand that you immediately provide a list of liquid assets, including but not limited to vehicles with clear titles, jewelry, or other valuables, sufficient to cover the outstanding $75,000. This list and the corresponding assets must be delivered to us within 15 days from the date of this letter. Should the liquidation of these assets yield an amount exceeding $75,000, any surplus will be promptly returned to you. Please understand that failure to comply with this demand within the specified time frame will leave us no choice but to proceed with legal action. We are confident that any reasonable court will rule in favor of Ms. Bro, and we will seek not only the principal amount, but also additional actual damages, punitive damages, and attorney fees. We strongly encourage you to resolve this matter promptly to avoid further legal complications. Sincerely, Balaji O. Okuno Esquire. So they sent her a letter demanding basically that she pay up. So that's even worse. As Black people, now we got to demand that you pay up. We got to take legal action against you to pay up. When you promise to pay, especially the amount is $75,000, you need to pay that back. Or you need to at least know that you can pay that back. Nubian King said, "Can you see?" Okay, it's in the private chat. Okay. Now I can't see you, brother. Can you see my comment? Oh, let me go check the comments. Nah, I can see your private comment, where we can talk on this back end right here. But I can't. If you put something in the other comment section, I didn't see that. But I can't see you. I can see that you're here, but I can't hear you. I see your mic is unmuted. But I mean, you can always click that link and come back if you need to, bro. if you got to reset your phone or whatever device you're using, you can always just click that link again. Like I said, it's pinned at the top of the chat. What you say now? Okay, I don't have mic set up, my brother. Okay. Well, just take your time, brother. Just do what you need to do. Ain't no big deal. You know, like I say, we new to this, man. I ain't gonna rag on you. Shoot. If my pops or my mom or somebody was trying to get on her, they wouldn't know what to do either. Just take your time, brother. I'm gonna continue. You good? Then she says, I need to get my car.
So now this nigga trying to take the only collateral that I have.
You good.
He's like, oh, give me my car. The only collateral that I have, $0 in. $0 in, a fake AP, and now a car that does not have a title. So it's not really collateral, but it works, I guess.
More legal documentation.
7-4 to end this off, because I feel like I've gave y'all a gist of everything. Then all I can do is laugh. All I can do is just keep good faith in my Lord above and understand that what I was doing was because I was being a good person, and that's what I've just been keeping. That's what's been holding me tight this whole time. I've just been saying, like, God is going to bless me in abundance because I am a child of him, and he has protected me, and he's covered me, and he's showed me every time that no matter what, when I keep faith, he proves to me that I will get blessed. And that's what I've been doing. But if you do run across Nakia or Lynn, just make sure you just ask them, like, hey, where's Tori money? Because she needs it. If you see her in a section, or you see her in the mall, or you see her in a restaurant, you see her with Frankie, say, hey, saw that story, you should pay her back. Because she doesn't seem to answer the phone for me.
See? So that just goes to show you how black people would do. Now she not even answering the lady's phone calls. You done did her wrong. Somebody who was your friend. Keep in mind of that. Now you being disrespectful and not even returning the phone calls. Now check this clip out. This lady is upset because she's saying the Koreans, Chinese, Asians blackballing black women business owners by refusing to sell to them. Okay, well, get out of there. This is what I'm talking about. Just stuff like this. Okay, well, stop fooling with these people. So you'll keep going back trying to wonder why they won't sell to you and what's the issue and what's going on. Find somebody else. Go to loan where you may have to go online and find somebody black or whatever you need to do. Stop going over there.
All right, sis, y'all asking for it now. This might be some brands that y'all love, that y'all frequently buy. But if you want the list, here it goes. Coming up at number 1, that's going to be Outre. That's going to be your braiding hair. Yes, they turned me down for an account stating that they were not accepting any vendors in my area at the time. I'm not sure why. Money is money. I'm just buying products, but that was their excuse. Coming in at number 2, that's going to be Shake and Go. Yeah, the Shake and Go clan sent me an email stating that they were trying to catch up from COVID, and I emailed them in 2023. I think COVID was in 2020. Yeah, and they denied me an account. Coming in at number 3, that's going to be Sky Trading. Sky Trading is over all of the pink lemonade hair that everyone was just so happy about and trying to get and trying to go and buy and put all their money into the brand. Yes, denied me too. They stated that they didn't have any products.
So what I'm saying is leave those people alone. Go somewhere else. Find some better business. Instead, you're still trying to go to these people who don't want you there. Look at this. Now check this guy out. Now he say black businesses have poor customer service.
Customer service in the motherfucking world. And you can say that. Black people have the worst customer service in the motherfucking world. And you can say that you don't agree with that because I don't give a fuck why. If we get our customer service better, we'll make more business. Bottom line. So you can say whatever you want.
When you go to
until hold on. So when you talk about black customer service, I had this conversation the other day with one of our artists. She was like, my nail tech moved from Atlanta. I was like, I got another one for you. She asked me, she was like, she black? I was like, yeah. She's like, nah, I don't want to go there. She probably don't do feet. And she
see, don't even fool with black people. They get one chance with you. Now, if the white people or the Asian people say they don't do feet with you, okay, I get my nails done. That's okay. I just find somewhere else to go. But when the black people don't, I don't even want to fool with them. They ain't getting none of my business. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about.
Probably gonna charge me an arm and a leg. And I was like, the fuck? She's like, every black nail tech she went to in Atlanta are like, I'm not gonna touch your feet. They charge you an extra a reservation fee, and then they give you shitty service when you get there. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. We can't even have.
Well,
I do got to speak on that as well too. But you know, a lot of these businesses be trying to come up. But at the same time, some of y'all who trying to come up, you doing bad business practices, bro. Don't try to just get over on your customers. You may have to charge a little extra, and us as black people, we should be able to understand that because you're a new business. You're a new business. But to just overdo every little step of the way, you trying to just overkill every part of the process. As a black business owner, we shouldn't do that. I'm gonna charge you for the napkins. I'm gonna charge you for the cups. I'm gonna charge. Just keep going. I mean, you gotta tone it down at some point. Just add it on to the final total. Make the stuff reasonable. Like I say, we should be able to understand that some of our businesses, it may cost us a little bit extra to pay for certain things. But don't take advantage of the situations.
Spend $500,000 a year on bullshit, bro. And I love spending money. And the reason why I don't spend with black establishments like that, because they got fucked up attitudes. They don't give you a smile. They don't even say, hello, how you doing, man? I'll take your order. But I'm supposed to keep spending with them because they look like me? Fuck that. Black people have...
Say they won't even speak to him. That's an issue too. Some of these black businesses, you should at least speak to these folks. At least talk to these people like they got some sense. Smile a little bit. And black people, even if some of these people ain't smiling, you try to be nice to them. Because we know how us as people, we know what we having to deal with. Say, hey, man, what's going on? You good? And then maybe they'll perk up and say, hey, man, hey, yeah, come on in, man. I'm just, it's been a long day. What would you like? You just never know. See, white people, they don't be smiling all the time. They don't be looking at you happy all the time. A lot of the times they do. Don't get me wrong. But all of the time they don't. You don't have a problem with that. But black people, I get it. They can be a little bit more friendly. So with that, you just have to take into consideration of how we are as black people and what we've been through. We can also do our part, like I say, when we walk into those businesses. How you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? You okay? Sometimes just stuff like that when you come in. They man, I'm all right, man. Don't mind my face. I'm just, I just got some bad news. It could be that could be the case. Maybe somebody just had some bad news. You want to rag on somebody. Oh, let me get out of here, man. They did X, Y, and Z. But there is some cases where some black people, where you go into these businesses and they just act like you're not even there. Give some of these people some time to figure a lot of this stuff out. Ramon Sifu, what'd you say? He says exactly. Have incentives of free lollipop some free pure water, something to give an incentive. Just something. You can do. It's little things we can do. If you show that little bit of effort, then that goes a long way with some people. People say, well, he tried. You know what I'm saying? I give him that. I can respect that. Appreciate you, Ramon Sifu. Chanel says, Black business customer service has to be superb, superior to any business you visit. Yeah. You expect these people to just jump out the window for you. She didn't smile or nothing when she came over here. She just threw my stuff in the bag. Come on, man. And a lot of times people be exaggerating when they talking about that. You already came in with a funky attitude. So now you think they done threw your stuff in the bag. You looking over the counter. Look how they just threw my stuff in the bag. They just put my napkins in there, put my this and that, and didn't stack it. I mean, you just want to complain for one. Be more lenient with each other, man. Let's help each other out sometime. How about that? Ramon Sifu, Nubian King responded to Ramon Sifu. He say, our people really don't know how to run a business. He's right. Customer service from our peeps is below zero. I'll go to a pale customer rep before I go to a Negro, especially a female. Boy, hey, look. Customer service, we do got to tighten it up. And that's what I'm saying. We want to get away from that where we have that feeling where, man, I'm gonna just go over here to the white folks, man. Because I can't fool with you Negroes. We gotta try to negate this type of stuff so that we can better interact with each other. So that we can have more cooperation in our communities, especially with each other and Black businesses, and not try to tear each other down. Appreciate the comment, Nubian. Ramon Sifu responded. He says, out here in Arizona, and Family Dollar would at least say good morning, even though they is keeping an eye on you if you're Black. Yeah. Yeah, run that. I mean, Black people run that tactic. Even just say hi to them, even though you know you finna be watching them. Just do that. So, can I help you with something? You have a good day. That's a good comment. I appreciate that, Ramon. Dark Kent, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming through. He says, yeah, bro, not saying nothing wrong about Black folks' poor customer service at times. It's a turnoff to do business with them. You see what I'm saying? We got too many Black people feeling like this, where they don't even want to do business with each other. This man just said it's a turnoff to do business with Black people. And he has valid reasons as to why. Like I said, we do need to give them a little bit more leeway sometimes. Not all the time. Just sometimes. Especially when we know it's an up-and-coming business. But I definitely agree with what you're saying, Dart. It makes it impossible to want to do business with some Black people. Appreciate you. Nubian King got another comment. He says, when I walk into the few Black businesses we have, they don't even speak or say thank you. Now, ain't that a shame? They don't even speak or say thank you. I mean, wow. That's sad to even know that. I mean, I know it, but when you hear people say it, it's different. Ramon Sifu says, customer service is a skill. You can't be a surgeon if you can't stand the sight of blood. That's facts. Big facts. Nubian King says, I went to a Nigerian business and they had attitude as soon as I walked in, then tried to jip me out of my purchase. They say Africans always try to beat Americans, even Nigerians. Of course. The Nigerians are known scammers. That's why the Black American culture is not the same as them. We got to clean up our acts, but we ain't no scammers. And we know black folks can count. We know that. They ain't gonna let you jip them. So we ain't doing that. Big facts, Nubian. Chanel, she says, when I support Black-owned businesses and the customer service is poor, I explain the problem and how they can reverse it. Usually, they are receptive to it. Exactly. You know why, Chanel? Because you probably talk to them like you got some sense. You're probably very nice about it. Maybe you pull somebody to the side. You do it in a private area. You don't holler and scream in the middle of the store. What is this? What is going on up in here? Good comment. Ramon Seafood says, we shouldn't expect Hamites to treat us better. No shit. You right. But y'all on it, ain't you? I hear you, Ramon. I hear you. There you go. Nubian King responding to Chanel says, I tried that, but the black females got an attitude and told me, don't come back if you don't like the way I treated you. I don't think we should get him a pass. That's sad. They told you don't come back if you don't like the way I treat you. See, that's not good. That's not good. I'll let y'all keep going back and forth in the comments. That's a good comment, but Chanel, she did respond. That's unfortunate. I'm glad I've had a good experience. I'm in Detroit and it's mostly Black Americans. Yes, I'm extremely nice and considerate. Exactly. Because your attitude goes a long way. That's all it is, man. If a pale person walks in, they'll show all 32s. But when a black person walks in, they have a frown on their mugs. That's true. I'm even like that, and I don't even realize it. That's just how my face is. Like most of the times I swear, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, I'm not upset about anything. Because people they'll say, man, you mad? You okay? Like, I'm good, bro. What's going on? They're like, man, you look like you mad. I ain't mad. You damn right. They value our money, Ramon, but they don't value us. Exactly. That's why they don't have no respect for us. They have respect for our money. You can leave the money, but you need to get out. You can pay for these products, but you need to hurry up and get out of here. For those of y'all who just got here, I want to show y'all that video of the black guy and how he was talking about his business. I'm gonna play it again.
People destroyed my rental car business and I am forever done. As of January 1st, 2025, I am closing doors on my rental car business. I have 15 cars, and trust me, it's been nothing but a lot of problems when it comes to my own people. That's really sad. You would think black people would support a black business and treat it kindly. However, they have treated me extremely bad. Now, I'm not here to say that there wasn't any problems with other races of people. However, I will promise you 90% of my problems were from my own people. As an example, here in Orlando, we just had the football classic weekend, and lots of people fly in from all over the country to come to the college football classic weekend. They drive in. It was thousands of people that poured into the city. I rented my cars out for the Orlando Classic weekend, and a lot of my cars came back. Rims are scratched up. One guy totally destroyed a $2,500 rim to my Mercedes. Burn marks in my seats, burn marks in the center console on the leather. I mean, they literally just have no respect for anything. and I'm really tired of it. I'm not the only person complaining about this. There are other black people in the rental car space and YT people and other people of all races that say black people are the #1 problem when it comes to this business. You all have no respect. You tear down everything. You smoke and burn up cars. You do everything. As a matter of fact, one of the worst situations I've also had is when a black woman took my car to South Carolina, left it there, and said she's not returning it because she doesn't feel like it. So a tow truck had to drive from Florida all the way to South Carolina to pick up the car. That's just disrespectful and wrong.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
Now, now that's bad, ain't it? Hearing what he's saying. Now this is what I was talking about. This is what I was saying. But the question I had posed was, why do black people tear other black people down? Not only when it comes to just business-wise, but just in life in general. Why do we have to ruin something or ruin somebody's hopes or dreams or just any level of enjoyment that another black person has? Why do we have to try to tear it down? Love Big 41 says we suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Boy, you ain't lying. It's like renting out your bed and bath to a group of black youth. Things is going to get broken. Yeah. That's a fact. But still, it should, if we instill certain things in our kids, then they wouldn't do that. Especially to a black person. Because you know, your folks back then wouldn't let you do certain things to other black people. They would say, man, don't you go down there and act a fool. Don't you go down there and embarrass me. And you knew better. But we don't teach that stuff no more. Because we too busy acting a fool. So the kids see it and then they acting a fool. We suffer from haterism. Absolutely. Nubian. We suffer from haterism, which is self-hate for oneself and for each other. Bottom line. Facts. That's a big thing. A lot of people, especially black people, won't admit to that. They really be haters when it comes to other black people. And like I said, if they doing something that you want to do, they gonna hate on it. They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna try to tear it down. They're gonna talk bad on it. They're gonna be slanderous towards it. Big facts. Yep, that's what I just said, because they hate to see each other succeed. Yep, that's right. We have no self-respect, Chanel says. Absolutely. Nubian King was Ramon Seafood responded to Nubian King says, Nubian King, if we was in our right spirits, we're not going to rent a high-end car. Exactly. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Instead of going down there and just renting a basic car and walking around just enjoying yourself, you got to go rent a high-end car that you can't even buy and perpetrate. And then tear up the man's stuff, especially a black person. You should, man, if I'm gonna go rent a car and if I'm gonna perpetrate, especially from a black person, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that car is clean every day I got it. Because I'm gonna be perpetrating. Boy, I'm gonna look clean in that car. I'm not gonna tear it up. Why would I do that? What would make me in my right mind want to smoke in this man's car and burn holes in his seats? Man, if I'm perpetrating, this gonna be the best damn car I ever had. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna be tripping. I'm gonna be acting like it's, hey, y'all can't sit back there. Hey, don't eat in my car. Yeah, put that out. Now, we ain't smoking in my car, bro. I don't smoke in my car. Come on now. And I appreciate y'all with these comments, man. Y'all really pumping my algorithm right now. Preach on that. I appreciate it, love, Big 41. Appreciate your love, Big 41. With the pancake AVI. That shit look good. Johnny Salter, they tear everything down. Black people, man, we known for tearing something down, man. Being reckless, bro. Rickster Furus. Answer. The plantation's master's teaching. Never, 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 never unshackle some black folks' minds. Yep. They still ain't left the plantation. That same mindset. Make them pay a damage fee beforehand. If they don't damage it, they get their money back. That's what I was saying. The white folks have stuff like that in place. They won't even let you get away with that. See, he was probably an up-and-coming business, so he couldn't do a lot of certain things. Maybe he was probably trying to cut corners, but still, people still should have respect for people's stuff. You done rented out this car, you probably could have kept that money and done something more productive with it that weekend. Perpetrating is another one of our problems. Big 41. I don't know, Chanel. I imagine he does both. But like I say, he probably didn't have the proper rails in place to safeguard himself. He probably just kind of made an assumption that people would treat his business right, especially in the beginning. Maybe, so he could get a little bit of overhead, and then he would start putting different things in place that he could afford, maybe some insurances and whatnot. Nubian King, he should have had deposit on the car in case there was a damage to it. Yep. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, he should have made them pay some type of deposit like they do at the other places. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yep. Back in the day, I used to rent cars all the time. Eventually, the rental car place only rented C. I didn't catch that ending, Chanel. At some car rentals, they'll put $300 on your credit card. Yep, that's what I was saying in my video too. I said that. They usually put some on your card just in case. Go ahead and charge it on there. You got to have it on that card. You're right. Appreciate your love, Big 41. Don't turn the for real, Ramon. Don't turn the radio. You do not turn my radio. You sit in my car, you don't eat nothing. Hey, let me tell you, when I was a kid getting in my grandma's car, man, I couldn't even put my seatbelt on or shut the door. I got to sit in the car. She would put my seatbelt on and shut my door. I couldn't even shut the door. Don't even think about eating no food. If she went through a drive-thru and got us some food, man, that food stayed in the front seat. It wasn't never going in the back seat. She didn't care if that food got cold. She'd go to stop at about 4 or 5 stores before she got home. That food be cold as hell. You ain't finna eat in that car. You say grandma was making sure I was safe. Yeah, she was making sure I was safe. She was making sure I didn't tear up her damn car either. Because kids, you're going to be messing around, putting the seatbelt. You're going to be about to tear the belt loose. Because you in a hurry. You playing. You still in that kid mindset. You bouncing all over the seat. Be still. You know that too. Appreciate you, Chanel. Chanel said it was a great broadcast. I appreciate that. I got to go live more on YouTube, man. I don't usually go live on you. I usually just put it on X. No, I really appreciate this, man. This is the most interaction I've ever gotten on my broadcast. Nubian King says it was an excellent broadcast too, man. I appreciate you. Rickster Fury said one thing for sure: blacks was taught to be kind and uplift all other groups. Yep. We was definitely taught to uplift all other groups, and we just really didn't teach it to ourselves. Like I say in the beginning of the broadcast, we used to do that a lot. Oh, you said X was buffering a lot? Okay. Is it the same over here? Was it any buffering over here? Did y'all have any issues with this broadcast? I appreciate you for subscribing, Ramon. Was y'all having any issues over here as far as the video? See, that's why I wish people would really be paying attention more, because sometimes I can't tell if it's buffering or not. I got a pretty good connection at the crib here. You know, I got a pretty good I got pretty fast internet. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I pay the extra and then some. It better not be. I call them people so fast. Appreciate it. Says no buffering. Perfect stream on YouTube, no buffering. I appreciate that. Okay. Keeping up with it, man. I definitely appreciate that. Man, if this channel ever get bigger, I don't know when. It's gonna take a while. Maybe if I go live more, I'll get more followers, subscribers. Cause I do when I upload my videos, I get a lot of subscribers. I can tell when some videos take off, I get 30 to 40 subscribers on each video, especially if I get like 1,000 views. I get at least 30 or 40 subscribers out of that. But as this channel grows, man, everybody who's on here with me now, man, I appreciate that, and I will remember that. I know eventually if it does get so big where I need some moderators, I know who I can holler at. Maybe I can holler at you, Chanel. I know Gucci, she be on here from time, but I don't know if she got time. You're right. YouTube is where the new black media platform is at. That's right, man. I don't know if I'll be a part of that. I'm just, I'm kind of doing my thing, and I just try to do stuff that I like. That's what I started off doing. I ain't try to be like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I like to talk about. I mean, I follow some channels and I like what they talk about. I'll steal some of their topics from now. I mean, every now and then, like others do. But for the most part, I just try to do things in the way that I would do it. I've always been into like media and stuff. I used to DJ a lot. So I'm kind of trying to bring some of these aspects over here as well. Eventually I need to get me another mixer, but I do want to bring my turntables back out and mix some songs every now and then. Just do some different things on here. Sometimes I do some reaction. I do a lot of reaction videos, but I also want to do videos where I'm interacting with people, where they come up and then we talk. And then also I like to do some BS sometimes. So I mean, like I told the guy earlier in the stream, sometimes you may catch me on here going off on somebody about a comment they left on maybe YouTube or X, because people find that stuff entertaining as well. So I will. I done it. I done an hour-long show about something that somebody said on X. I went through the comments and I was raising hell. I mean, I raised so much hell, even my parents don't even want to watch it. My dad was like, man, I couldn't watch it, man. They good Christian people, So and I don't have an issue with that. I told them, hey, everything ain't for everybody. And everybody who subscribed to my channel, you might not like every video, and that's okay. You're not gonna like everything I say. I get it. I don't have a problem with that, because you're your own person. That's how it should be. You shouldn't agree with everything that I'm saying. Appreciate you, Chanel. She said, I got you. Nope, I won't forget my day ones. Appreciate you, Nubian King. He says you'll succeed because you interact with your commentators. Right. That's what I try to do. If y'all check some of my comments on my other videos, I try to respond to everybody. I know that's hard, especially once you get, if I start getting like thousands of comments, I don't know if I'll be able to do it then. But as of right now, I try to interact with everybody because I feel like more people will subscribe and they'll appreciate you along the way and you'll have more long lasting followers. Like you'll see, I'm not going to boost my videos and try to get subscribers or views off of that because that stuff ain't long lasting. I don't want people to unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, people, you're not going to like everything I say. And that's okay. I just hope you appreciate the fact that of who I am and you respect some of the things that I say. Because I just reading y'all comments, I respect what y'all say and I agree with y'all. So usually the people that you get is going to be more like-minded people anyway. You say going live would be a good thing. Okay. I receive that. I think at first when I was going live, I was getting more feedback on X. Because sometimes on X, man, you can ask Chanel. It'd be some videos that I do over there, especially when I was doing the whole Diddy stuff, man, it'd be like 1,000 people in there. I mean, instantly. I could, as soon as I hit broadcast on my computer, it would go 200, 300, 350, 400, 500, 6. I mean, just pop up just so fast. And I used to have the YouTube up here as well, and it would be nobody. Facebook, it would be jumping. But that's more family over there. That's like people that you know in real life. So, and we know how black people is, just like I was saying, they don't really support you. The people who really support you, what I always notice, are people who don't. Okay. I had to make sure my mic was on because sometimes I had these issues when my stuff it'll cut off. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but most people who support you is usually the people who you don't know. The people who know you, those are really, like we were saying, those are the haters. Chanel says she missed doing her shows. I got addicted to Spaces. Me too. That's why I really stayed away from Spaces a little bit, and I try to come on here and do videos now. I don't know if y'all been keeping up, but I try to do a lot more videos. Yeah, I really quit putting a lot of stuff on Twitter. If you noticed, I started putting a lot more things on my YouTube. But man, whenever I do some of these lives, you should interact with me. Or we could come up with a show we could talk about. Because sometimes I like to talk about relationships. The only thing about it is that the angle that I come from is probably going to be a little bit harsh. And I know you probably heard me speak on things about relationships and Spaces before. Or heard maybe some of my comments. But I think we should. I wouldn't mind collaborating with you and doing a video or something on her. And we talk about it and maybe we bring somebody else in and just have a little discussion. I'm cool with that. Born Invincible FPV, what he says. Because I think he says white people divide and conquer as their main way to move, and now we hate ourselves and each other. Read the Bible. Facts. Facts. They divide and conquer, and we just hate each other. And we should be together. He say Rick Stir Fury says, "Is you FBA Native Black American?" I'm FBA, sir. I'm FBA all day. Tell these people that is a lineage and not a group. See, I may have turned some people off with that. They may not like that. Oh, you on that FBA stuff? Yeah, but I don't agree with everything that FBA people say and do. I'm a foundational Black American. That's just my lineage. That don't mean I agree with everything that they saying and the way that they're portraying things and the way that some people are doing things. It's not me. You're not gonna catch me just anything that maybe Tariq says I just go along with. I don't do that. And I like Tariq, but I don't do that. Chanel, y'all don't get started. Let me go down through here. She say, "Are you FBA?" Y'all gonna turn this into spaces. That's funny. Rick Stir Fury says correct. Ramon Seafood. Other people's opinions shouldn't make a grown man furious. That's right. They should make a grown man furious. Now I know how this goes. Y'all know I'm reading all these comments, but once they start doing that super chat stuff, it makes it. I have to give an incentive. Like I probably won't pop a lot of your comments up once I get to that point, but I'll probably read them if I like the comment because I have to give people an incentive. So if they put $1 or $2 for a super chat, then I have to show their comment and read it just so it makes it worth your while. You know what I'm saying? Say you get a lot of views and subs when you put certain people's names in the title. Exactly. That's right. When you do a lot of stuff on YouTube, well, not only YouTube, but really on X, once you trigger the algorithm a certain way, and I know how to really trigger it, and you got to really figure it out. I like to use that trending page over there and see what type of topics is going on. And if you use certain keywords and names or whatever is going on in that day, I'm telling you, once people type that stuff in that search bar, you're going to pop up and they're going to find you instantly. Dark Kent says we living in times where people get y'all let me know if my mic be too loud because I'm kind of close to it. We're living in times where people get too invested in people's difference of opinion and want to be the moral police. Exactly. You can't police everything. You can't guide people in every direction that you want them to go in. People just have different thoughts. People agree on certain things, but people don't agree on everything. You can't make people do everything you want them to do. Exactly, bro. You got to be you. New subby, I appreciate it. Let me go back to because if y'all sub in my page, then it should pop up on my little hitbox here. Appreciate your late nights with Tiffany. Appreciate you. She says she's a new subscriber. You can't hear me? Oh, that was earlier. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me now. I see my mic jumping. So I think I'm good. I'm kind of behind on these comments. Okay, I had to go down and see it say I'm back. Okay. Let me see where I was. I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. Well, I'm on Facebook. Because I got family over there. And some people, I think what some people gonna have to realize is X is kind of too harsh for some people. The way that people talk, the stuff that comes down your timeline as far as the cussing. Some people, they really can't handle that. I had to come to that realization. Like my folks, my dad, I think he's on Twitter, but sometimes he can't really handle it. It's too much for him. Like I say, even when I start cussing and, doing what I do sometimes, it's too much for him as well. And I get it. I'm not going to force people to go anywhere that they are uncomfortable with. Sometimes you have to go places that you're uncomfortable with to hear some of these harsh things that you may hear on Twitter. It's just the truth. But I'm not going to force anybody. Ramon, you never had a Twitter or X? Well, everything ain't for everybody, brother. You can check it out. Find you somewhere to get in. I think a lot of people don't realize what's going on Twitter now. As I've had a Twitter since 2009. And you could do just a lot of, texting, messaging, commenting on posts and whatnot. But now they have these things called Twitter Spaces. And it's still a lot of people that don't even know that. So with these Twitter Spaces, you can interact with people. And it didn't got real cliquish. So it could be spaces with people that only know those people in those spaces because they've been talking so long. And what people don't realize in those spaces, to get in there, to be a part of that space, you actually had to really go through something. Like, people are going to test you. They're going to probably cuss you out, talk bad to you for days, maybe weeks, maybe months. And then you'll be a regular. And then it's cool just to come in there every day and talk. And then others, they don't want nothing to do with you. So it's all kind of stuff going on. You got white spaces. You got black spaces. You got the politic people. You got the conspiracy people. You got the people who are into, like, what is that? Spirituality. So whatever you like, you can find it. They have Christian spaces. And I'm talking about, these people talk every day. They actually know each other. Some of these people, you meet up with them and they actually hang out. Now, the side that I'm from, you can meet with some people, but you don't want to meet with everybody. It's a lot of crazy people over there. But some of these people, I imagine maybe in those Christian spaces and other, more calmer type spaces, those people, they actually meet up and talk to each other. Because I'm in one crypto space where a lot of those people have met before, because I'm into crypto. So a lot of those people, they've spoken to each other, they've interacted, they've been to conferences and actually seen each other, and others haven't. Nubian King says, a lot of YouTube sites can't deal with constructive criticism. That's facts. Somebody gave me some constructive criticism. I received it. But other ones, they didn't give me no constructive criticism. They just wanted to come try to tear me down. And people who do that, I got something for you. It ain't going to fly with me. I'm going to let you have it. She said, I like all the topics. That's what's up. Nubian King, exactly, because of their opinion is authentic. You get a look into a person's behavior towards things. Right. That's right. Yeah. See, I'm behind on these comments. My perspective on relationships are different from most women. Yeah, I've heard you. Ramon Seafood says, in some black cultures, if you sleep with a woman, that's your wife. Exactly. That's really how it should be. That's what I used to hear growing up when I was a kid, though. People used to say, because my grandpa was a priest, he was like, that's your wife. Because back then, I think that's how it really used to be. Matter of fact, I think I was watching something about, who was that? Was it Egyptians? And they were saying that once the woman came and lived with you, that was your wife. Like, once y'all shacked up, that's your wife. Now he asking Chanel if she FBA. Y'all crazy. Yep, it's a lineage. English is not an old language, not even old English. That's right. Did I say something wrong? Correct me. I don't have a problem with that. The well-melanated people rule the world. Now the pale man does. Yep. It's going on every day. Some of us was kidnapped on our own land. That's right. Everybody wasn't born here. Wasn't brought here on the ship. It's been black people all over this world, man. Some people are just now starting to realize that. She say, "No, I was curious. I like talking to non-FBAs because I get a different perspective on other people's views." Of course, I do too. Sometimes in my spaces, I like to talk to them. I don't always like to run them out of the spaces, bro. Don't get me wrong. For the most part, I like to talk to just black people in my spaces, but I don't always want to run them out of the space. It's not always called for. And then when I try to tell people, you do know that it is a anonymous feature on the app where people can sit down there anonymously and listen to you. So just because you kicking people out and scanning your space, that don't mean that they're not listening. Right. Right. If y'all replay my videos, it will get my view time up. And I'm close to getting my view time up. I'm like, I have to go back and see, but I think I have to have 500 subscribers and a certain amount of view time. My view time is pretty good for my videos so far. But yes, if y'all do go back and watch my videos, it'll get my view time up. That way I can get monetized. In the pace that I'm going, like I'm really confident in what's going on because about a couple of months ago, I only had like 30 subscribers. And every time I upload these videos, I get a few more subscribers. And it's like the tortoise and the rabbit. Like I'm cool with being a tortoise. It's a slow pace, but I know when I get there, I'll be there and everything will be solid. It won't be fake. You know what I'm saying? It won't be like it's all manufactured. Because sometimes I do want y'all to be pissed off. I do want y'all to not like what I'm saying. I need the engagement. We can have the discourse. Sometimes I might go off, but don't leave. You can go off too. I'll give you the opportunity to come up. Y'all see how I put the link in? I'm Ask Chanel on all my videos. I always have the links up, especially on X. It's just hard to get people to come up. Nubian says somehow people are still kidnapped in the mind. That's right. Late Nights with Tiffany. Love the handle name. Me too. I like that name. I like that name, Late Nights with Tiffany. I'm gonna have to go follow her. Matter of fact, let me go follow her right now. I like that name. And if any of y'all do videos as well, let me know. So I can follow y'all too. And maybe we could collab. See, I can't, I hate when you can't like find somebody's page on YouTube by like typing it in. Sometimes they'll pop up because all the time it don't show it in my notifications who follow me. I don't like that. I think if I go on my phone, it may show them. I'll have to check it later. But yeah, I'm gonna have to follow her. Let me keep scrolling. Maybe it'll pop up. Who else was on here? Ramon, Rickster's Furious. It's a goddamn time FBA Native Black Americans started. Love. All right. Every time my headphones cut off because I got these. I'm gonna have to get some wired ones. But every time these headphones cut off, it mess up my mic. So y'all just if you see me messing with my computer, just give me a second. I gotta get some wired ones, man. So they don't cut off on me. I just don't like them damn cables. But Ramon Seafood says some native nations accepted all bloodlines. Okay. Exactly. It's not a marriage certificate. That's a European thing. Nubian King says we invented everything we touch. Read. Black people invented everything by Sujin K. Das and also black inventors from Africa to America. 2 million years of invention and innovation. C.R. Gibbs. I'm about to read that. Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to write this down before I lose it. Man, it's crazy the interaction I'm getting. I'm telling you, I never got this. So I am going to have to come on here live more often because it's a lot of people that's really on this live more than what I thought. And I'm getting, man, I don't know how many comments I done seen. But shit, I keep reading them. Oh, it's 2 books on here. She says, Ramon Seafood is going to come back around to us again, but well melanated people, right? Yep. We just got to make sure we're doing our part. So when we get there, we be straight. Nah, you good about your typos. You good. They stole our inventions. That's true. Am I the only person who liked the video? More likes, the more he succeeds. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Make sure y'all like the video. I really would appreciate that, man. That always helps. The likes is one of the biggest things on this app, on YouTube, is the likes. That really pumps the algorithm. She said my jitterbug mic went out again. I ain't studying you, Chanel. I ain't studying you. Some nations was gifted with the sword and trickery. Yep. New Black Media platform, YouTube. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying. You know, I'm not no Tariq or who is that guy, the Black Authority and all of those people. I'm not one of those. You know, I'm just going to speak my mind the way I see it. Like I say, they might not even like what I be saying. They might try to call me a coon because I've heard some of the comments like what Tariq done said about some stuff. And some things he might call me a coon, but that's okay. I still like Tariq. That's fine. But man, I really appreciate everybody coming through, man. I think I've been on here long enough. Make sure y'all go like this video. That's all I can do, Nubian King, is be me. That's all I can do. That's all I am going to do. I ain't going to do nothing else. I ain't going to do nothing else. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Most of y'all already have. I don't think I even got to say that. Y'all can follow me here, Roddy Rod Show. You can follow me on X at DJ Roddy. You can follow me. I don't give out my Facebook. You can follow me on Rumble at The Real Roddy Rod. I haven't been doing too much over there either. It's kind of hard. They got a hard algorithm, man. But yeah, y'all can follow me on these platforms. Make sure y'all turn on those notification bells. I got some other links. If you go to the top of my page where I got my other platforms and whatnot, you can click on that and just see what I got going on. If y'all see that locals, I think I got a locals. That's for more like paid content, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. I basically just set that up. So whenever I get there, I can have my name already secured. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all checking out this live. Appreciate you, Chanel. Appreciate you, Ramon. Umar Johnson. When is the school? Yep. But he do need to get that school going. Ramon, he need to get that school going. Appreciate you, Stay Woke. Everybody who came through. Let me make sure I call y'all out. Chanel, appreciate you. Ramon, Seafood, appreciate you. Stay Woke, I appreciate you. Rickster Furious, I appreciate you. What was the other young lady name? Late Nights with Tiffany, I appreciate you. Nubian King, I appreciate you. Dark Ken, I appreciate you. Who else came through here? Born Invincible FPV, I appreciate you. Love Bug 41, I appreciate you. Johnny Salter, I appreciate you. It's a lot of comments. OG, I appreciate you. LLNYRN, I appreciate you. See, when I get interactions, if I'm on this page, it's going to pop up. So I got to change that little, that's just a generic picture they had that popped up right there. See, I like that. So when people subscribe, I think, or they like it, when they on my Facebook or on my YouTube, something will pop up in that corner right there. I like that. LL, I appreciate you. American First Rifleman, I appreciate you. Gregory Lewis, appreciate you. Milestone Thoughts, appreciate you. And that's it. Hold on, I got some at the bottom. Who else popped up? Appreciate you, Ramon Seafood said, peace, thumbs up. Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Like I say, y'all make sure y'all hit that notification bell and check me out anytime I come on. I'm going to holler at y'all next time.